fire effects, sudden flare movements, and there is the possibility that you could get a little bit wet. Make sure you have your cameras protected. With the safety rules out of the way, I'll introduce you to my virtual co-host. She's been in such films as Sister Act of The Color Purple. She's an Emmy winner and an Oscar winner. It's on the way list Whoopi Goldberg, and she'll tell you a little more about how our studio and studio tour came to be. Alright, well, that's not actually what I wanted. Let's press that number here. We'll try this. That's better.
Okay, fine. Same 2 hours? Maybe. But if other studios can have a line or a mountain or something, what is wrong with an Oscar-winning woman? Besides, I know all about this place. I shot my first movie on the Universal Backline, the biggest and busiest fantasy factory in the world. So let's go. Universal got its start in 1912 when visionary Carl Weldon brought his movie to the West and opened Universal Pictures on March 15, 1915. Mr. Lumley invited the public, that's you guys, to visit his studio, and the Universal Studio Tour was born. You see, Mr. Lumley believed that movies should make people laugh, or cry, or sit on the edge of the seat. And the laugh that Universal is doing just that. I'll be back to check on what you guys do later. In the meantime, I'm going to turn things back over to you guys. Hope you have a great time with you. Let's go.
Alright, well, thank you, Whoopi. As we start around the corner here, gang, we'll be moving past Fire Station 51. This is a real working fire station here on our lot. It is also important to leave the real world behind and continue on into the cinematic world of make-believe. For now, we're going to be heading down the hill towards what is known as our front lot. It houses our 35 sound stages. Inside of those sound stages, we can create any environment that the story demands. Coming up ahead of us will be a great example. It is Soundstage 12. It is one of the largest in the world. It has housed numerous set pieces throughout the years, including Frankenstein's Lab and Dracula's Castle, most famous monster films. It also housed the Visitor Center from Steven Spielberg's thriller Jurassic Park and the Riddler's Lair from Batman Forever. Here's a quick look at a few films that are called Soundstage 12. They're home. Yes, I guess they're inside of Soundstage 12. The most recent thing to shoot in the stage was probably Cowboys and Aliens coming out in July, written by John Favreau, again it has Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig starring. Also, when you come on the hill, you can see the Universal timeline, see a lot of great films Universal has produced throughout the years. As we officially enter our front lot, coming up on our left, we're going to pass by Soundstage 25. It is really home to one of the most top-rated dramas in all of television. CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, starring Young Berger and Lawrence Fishburne. We also utilize stages 24, 23, and 22 as well. They are fully based at our front lot. The stages we pass by today are called closed sets. They're only accessible to the cast, crew, and special invited guests. Next time we come to Universal, be sure to check out our VIP experience for you too. If you become a special invited guest, you might get a chance to check out some of the sets we use inside of our TV stages. And now we'll be kind of shifting our gaze over to the right-hand side. The next big sound stage we have coming up is Soundstage 28. Over 80 years ago, the French monster movie was built to house the elaborate Paris Opera House sets from the Phantom of the Opera, and it houses faces to Lon Chaney, his most famous roles. I think we have some work going on in Stage 28 today. They're constructing some sets. Stage 28 was recently used for the Muppets. The Muppets will be coming out November 3rd. Only in this song about Amy Adams and Jason Segel in it as well. Lots more cameo appearances from celebrities on top of that too. And around the next corner here, coming up on our left is Soundstage 27. There's a little history of what all is shot inside of the stage. That's right. jump from the big screen to the small screen, as our television history of NBC dates back some 72 years since television's inception. During that time, we have produced numerous hit television shows, including Saturday Night Live, ER, Friends, The Cosby Show, The Office, and many more. As you can see, the list goes on and on and on. We're going to be putting these great TV shows on networks like NBC, Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, other channel and Mercy. All part of NBC Universal, one of the world's largest entertainment companies. Here's our last couple of TV stages on the right, stages 43 and 44. They're currently home to our show Parenthood with Fred Johnson and Laura Graham. And there's our TV sides of NBC. You should check it out. They might be wondering, well, how does NBC Universal come up with all the ideas for movies and TV shows that they produce? That takes place in this next area here on the left. We're going to pass by some bungalows. The bungalows house the production offices for writers, directors, and producers who currently have a development deal with our studio. One gentleman who has a development deal with this here at Universal, Chris Melanandri, brought us Despicable Me and soon to come Pop.
Pop tells the story of the son of the Easter Bunny who's been raised to follow in his father's footsteps. They're centered on Easter Island. Underneath all of the massive heads is this magnificent candy factory. It reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In Pop, we're going to bring to life all of the iconic characters of Easter in a way that you've never seen before.
Look at this. Look how cute this stuffed bunny is. Oh, he's so soft and cute and cuddly and warm.
Yeah, Pop opening up April 1st. Here on the left, a few more prominent bungalows. 5184, home to Hasbro, Mr. Potato Head, and working on film versions of Candyland and Battleship. Next to that, bungalow 5195, which is a long on the hit shows, Psycho, Vertigo, and the Birds. Kids like to make cameo appearances in all of his films. Take a look at this clip. That's the bottom half. About to cross over an imaginary boundary here. We're going to move from our front lot into our back lot. Now we shoot the big stuff out here. Big exterior shots on a very large scale. Stuff we normally could not do inside of a sound stage due to the size constraints. But first up, we're going to take a little spin into our metropolitan sets, which we use to portray major cities like London, Chicago, New York, or San Francisco. The structures in this area, they are new. Because on June 1st of 2008, we suffered a fire here in the back lot that destroyed 4 acres, with 85% of these sets. We're just looking to rebuilding them in May of last year. Now the structures in this area, they are called facades. Facade is the French term for false front. We only build the fronts and sides of these structures only what the camera needs to see, because your imagination will actually filter the rest. First section of our metro area to enter is called London Square, has a London-esque feel to it. Now this big facade that we're passing by here on the right-hand side, you can see there's not a whole lot to it. Basically a big flat surface with a mural painted on the front of it. We're ready to change the look of this. We don't really have to do any construction work per se, just do a paint job and voila. So nice to do. Take a turn here past the church on the left-hand side. It's non-denominational, so we use it for basically whatever we might need. Up a little side street here, and we're going to make our way onto New York Street, which was and is once again a very popular filming location here on the back lot. We come on board here on New York Street, you will see a movie theater marquee,